It is said that at the end of a highland village, there is a rice field that has been abandoned for decades. No one dares to go there, even though the land is fertile and the water source is crystal clear. Every time the wind blows, the grass bends down like black waves, making a rustling sound like a whisper. The village elders say that this place used to be the burial place for people who died abnormally after a strange epidemic. Since then, at night, the field always lights up with a flickering light, as if someone is walking around with a lantern. A group of young men in the village, out of curiosity, invited each other to go to the field on the full moon night. They wanted to prove that the rumor was just a fabrication to scare the children. As soon as they reached the edge of the field, the whole group suddenly fell silent. The cold air seemed to have taken all the breath away. The sound of insects disappeared. Only the sound of footsteps rustling on the dry grass remained. A gust of wind blew by, carrying a strong fishy smell, making everyone shiver. The group went deeper, the moonlight shining down, creating long streaks of light, cutting across the dense grass. A girl suddenly screamed when she saw the grass in the middle of the field was pushed aside into a large circle, as if someone had just trampled it. Standing in the middle of that circle was a thin shadow, long hair, a hunched back, seemingly bent over, digging the ground. But in the blink of an eye, the shadow disappeared, leaving behind a cold void. Panicked, they turned to run, but the tall grass suddenly bent down, wrapping around their legs as if to hold them back. Soft laughter rang out from all sides, faint as the wind but loud enough for each person to hear clearly. A young man shouted, raised his torch and swept it around, and in the firelight, dozens of pale faces emerged from the grass. Eyes wide open, mouths wide open, black blood flowing. One girl fainted on the spot. The other three desperately dragged their friend back to the village. But strangely, no matter how far they ran, they still found themselves in the middle of the field. The circle of trampled grass still there, the cold still surrounding them. The moon was fading behind the clouds, and from the darkness, figures in tattered clothes with broken limbs slowly approached. They tried to scream for help, but all that came out was a hoarse, strangled sound. A ghost rushed forward, its face nothing but empty eye sockets. The stench of decay assaulted their nostrils. In an instant the field shook. Every blade of grass turned into a bony hand that grabbed their legs, pulling them all to the ground. A terrifying screech rang out, mixed with sobs. When the villagers discovered it the next morning, they found the field as peaceful as if nothing had happened. There were no traces of trampling, no objects or blood, just a few broken blades of grass and a lingering fishy smell. From then on, no one dared to mention that night again. The village elders just sighed, saying that whoever dared to encroach on the place where resentment was buried would sooner or later disappear and become a part of the field.